Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So this morning I'm gonna talk a little bit on turning a bad or unwanted situation into a good one and making the best out of that. And how that fits a little in with alchemy and transmutation and transformations. Okay, so let's get right into it. So unwanted situations or bad situations or experiences, they are going to take place within your life here and there. You can't change the inevitability of this. This is what is set in stone. It's good and bad. If you want to keep conceptualizing it, you're going to find that you're going to go through unwanted or negative or bad experiences throughout your life. And this happens to everybody. Okay, this is the way it is. But you can always change, or you can always respond differently to the way things are taking place within your life. Okay, because you can't always decide the subjectivism of it. Life in a subjective manner or fashion is it's very, very, you don't decide it, is what I'm trying to say. It just happens of itself. It's like it's just something that unfolds in itself. But you always have the power to respond differently to the way things are taking place. So if something unwanted is happening within your life, let's say somebody within your family is growing ill, and is just taking a toll on you as an individual. This is going to immediately be drawn in your mind as negative. You're going to see this as something that is unwanted. Why does this happen to me? You start to question why this is happening, and it can bring you down. And it doesn't have to be specifically this. It can be any experience. But you then start questioning as it's happening, why is this happening to me? And for what, and you see it as negative for most of the part. You see it as something that should not be happening because it's unwanted, but the nature of life is that things all throughout the spectrum are going to take place. It's not just one thing that you can bring into existence. It's not just your desire, it's everything, because this is nature. Nature consists of everything that can take place, and it is taking place. It's not just your desire of what you want to take place. So when bad things happen, it's a type of reality check. If you are living egocentrically, within the dimension of intelligence where you are constantly thinking you are somebody when you are somebody completely different. it's an illusion. And when you're living in this, it can be so that you're aligned with life so often, and things that you think you want happen for you for the most part, but then something unwanted happens to you, and it can like be a reality check in a way, because you don't want it to happen, but you've grown this type of complex where it's a type of controlling complex, where you think that things are always going to be the way you have thought them to be, but that's wrong. It's just a type of projection that you are living within, So when these negative experiences happen, you may conceptualize them as negative, and this will bring you down. This will bring your vibration down, basically, because you're emotionally charging the experience, and you're allowing that emotional charge to have an effect on your life, so what you can do about this, you can change the way you respond to the situation. So the truth of it is that negative experiences, negative situations are going to happen. This is inevitable. You cannot avoid this at all. Okay, but it's all a matter of perspective, is basically what it is all about. It's very, very much a matter of perspective, because you can literally just change the way you see it, the experience, and it completely changes how it's going to affect you, because it completely changes the emotional charge that you are giving that experience, um, so good and bad is an illusion, basically, and you can decide. You can change the energy of the experience by turning inwards. You can look within yourself, because all of life is literally just a reflection of your inner state of being. Basically, is the truth of it all. Okay, so how you are feeling within yourself, you are going to feel the entire universe. Okay, so if you wake up very joyful, if you wake up blissful, your entire day is going to be pure bliss. All right, and that's the truth. If you wake up very, very angry, if you just wake up very depressed, if you wake up just in a negative or conceptually negative way, then you're gonna project that out onto the day, and it's gonna reflect back onto you, and your day might tumble down in charge. But it's all a matter of perspective, basically. It's just coming to look a little bit more inwards within yourself, and changing your state, changing how you respond to a certain experience. So if you see something as negative happening throughout your life, you can just look within yourself and change the way you respond to it. Don't see it as something negative, but see it as something very, very integral to your growth on a larger picture, on the bigger picture, because that's what it is. It's all, at the end of the day, it's all for expansion of consciousness. It's all for the growth of your soul, okay? And any experience that you ever conceive as negative is not negative, because negative does not really exist, or positive does not really exist. These are just conceptions, and they're illusory in their nature. But what does exist is the experience, okay? And the way how you can do it is you can see it as very, very integral and fundamental to your growth, when it comes to your consciousness and your soul. Okay, so that's one method of understanding that a negative experience is not always truly bad. Okay, and having that realization through any negative experiences that arise inevitably is going to help you through that. You know, if it gets very lower in vibration, if it gets very dense, you know. So this is also a type of transmutation because the alchemists used to say, or the whole thing about it is that they would turn lead to gold, you know, and this is corresponding to literally being able to turn lead, the metalloid, into gold. You know, they could do that, but it also corresponds to like a type of turning the unwanted into something very much needed, you know, or something like lead, you know, which doesn't have too much use all the time when in comparison with gold. You know, so you take this unwanted situation that is taking place in your life, which is corresponding to the lead, and you're able to transmute it into gold, you know, and this is a much better experience. And this is coming to respond to any negative or unwanted situation differently. Instead of taking it as negative conceptually, you can transmute it chemically within yourself and bring about a whole different experience that is then going to have you seeing through a lens, which is going to have you in hopefully a better or higher state, you know, a less dense state. Because what it really is when you're responding differently to a negative situation, if you're conceptualizing any experience negatively, it's going to bring about a chemical state within you. And it may be a state of chemical production that is bringing you to a lower vibration. So within yourself, because you're charging a certain experience negatively, it's going to bring about a chemical balance within you, or a chemical imbalance within you that you are manufacturing, because you have this power to factorize the various different chemicals that are able to be produced within your body. You know, so if you're charging an experience negatively, you're going to get a lower production of these chemicals, you know. But if you change the way you respond to it, and you maybe expand your awareness on it, you know, or just see it differently, turn lead into gold, you can literally change the charge of the experience to a more lighter charge, you know, so you won't be so dense in vibration. And you can then, once you do that, it completely changes simultaneously the chemical production that is taking place within your body, and more balanced and lighter vibrational chemical states are going to result in doing so, you know. And that's getting into the alchemy of it, you know. So turning lead into gold, taking a unwanted situation that will inevitably happen and turning it into gold, just realizing that it is very fundamental and integral to your growth as an individual and for the collective of humanity, you know. And that's pretty much turning the bad into the good, very simply. It's all a matter of perspective. Just change the way you see it within yourself. Respond differently to it, okay? Don't allow for constant reaction, you know, because reaction is just compulsion, and it can keep you within lower states of being. But what you want to do is be a little bit reserved about it, be a little bit more conscious, and this is going to allow you to respond to it a little bit differently. And response comes with understanding, and this is also consciousness, you know. So consciousness over compulsion, you know, something we can all work on. But that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, I hope everybody did enjoy. Practice this for yourself. It is most definitely needed for each and every one of us. Peace out. Generate some static electricity from the etheric body once again. One love, and have a great morning.